All right, and one more. In a plane, if a line is perpendicular, okay, if a line is perpendicular to one of two parallel lines, then it must be perpendicular to the other line. So, for this picture, if N is perpendicular to L, and L is parallel to M, okay, we have parallel lines, N is perpendicular to one of them, then N must also be perpendicular to M. So we could add the right angle here. All right, if this is true and this is true, parallel lines, then we must have a right angle here also. Okay? Now, we know that because of corresponding angles also. Parallel lines cut by a transversal, corresponding angles are congruent. All right? All right, that's the end of 3-4. We're going to 3-5. On your homework 3-4, you're just looking at vocabulary and drawing, and we'll go through that at the end. Okay? But 3-5, we're going to look at parallel lines and the beginning of triangles. Okay? All right, so the objective is to find measures of angles of triangles. Okay, so we are using our parallel lines to start working on the angles in triangles. Okay? All right, so first we have, this is a very big point, okay, and you're going to hear me say this a lot because we're going to use it a lot. The sum of the angles in a triangle is always, everybody say always, always the same. Now, we're going to talk about what it is in a minute, but we know that it's always going to be the same. Now, question for us, how many angles are there in a triangle? 3. Very good. All right. So that means if we add up all 3 angles in a triangle, the sum, the answer, will always be the same. Doesn't matter. So all those triangles that you have in your hand, if we add up the angles for every single one of them and no 2 of them are alike, you will get the same total. Okay? So 3-2 postulate says, through a point not on a line, okay, there is one and only one line that is parallel to that given line. Okay? Now, looking at the picture, okay, we have a point. Everybody, can you find your point on your line or above your line? Okay, this is a point not on this line. So what this postulate says is if I draw a line through here, there is only one line that I can draw that will be parallel to that given line at the bottom. Okay? I can draw a lot of lines through that point, but only one will be parallel to that original line. Okay? And we use that to look at the angles in a triangle. All right, 3-11. The triangle sum theorem says the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Now, this is going to be used a ton in this chapter and for many chapters to come. All right? So what this means is when I add up all 3 angles, for this triangle I have angle A plus angle B plus angle C. When I add those up, I will get a total of 180. Okay? Now, when we look at angles in a triangle, sometimes we might have a number, like 20, okay? Sometimes we might have an X or a Y, or we might have 2X, or we might have X plus 10. Whatever it is, that we know about those angles, we're going to add those up, all three, and set it equal to 180. Now this is an expansion of key formula 1, okay? Now we're going to add up three things and we get a total of 180. All right, now please put a star, put 2 stars, put 3 stars, okay? You need to remember this, okay? You're going to use it, you need to remember. And we're going to use it to check our answers. When we're doing multiple step problems, you always want to make sure that your triangle has a total of 180, okay? All right, now, you have a line on your paper, and you have a triangle that I gave you on your desk, okay? So everybody get your triangle out, all right? Now, what we did was I took some paper, some cardstock, I took it to the paper cutter and I just started whacking out triangles, okay? So I did not measure the angles here, okay? No, none of these triangles are alike. All right, now I want you to watch what I do, okay? Make sure you have a perfect triangle. Make sure that the angles are pointed, okay? If you have less than 3 points or more than 3 points, let me know. I want to make sure it's a perfect triangle. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to prove that triangle sum theorem, okay? Now, question before we use our triangle. What is the total of a straight line? 180. So we know that the total here is 180. Okay. Now, this is what I want you to do. Everybody, you have a knuckle, all right? Everybody has a knuckle. I want you to tear off, I'm going to call it a knuckle's worth of the angles of your triangle, okay? Keep track of where the vertex is, okay? All right, you're going to tear off a pretty good chunk. Don't just cut off a little itsy-bitsy piece, okay? I want you to cut off a pretty good chunk about the size of your knuckle, all right? All three of them. Or I don't know what I call it a knuckle, but I guess it's a pretty good chunk. You know, about one little joint of your finger, all right? All three points, all right? So you're going to end up with something that does no longer looks like a triangle. That's now trash, all right? Now, you know where the vertices are on your little pieces, all right? I want you to put those vertices all together on that line. So this is what you're going to do. You've got the point here. You're going to put it on that line. All right? Okay, and then you're going to put the next one so that the vertex of your second piece touches your vertex of your first piece. And I'm going to come around with tape. You're going to tape these onto your notes. All right? All right, and then you're going to take your third piece, put the vertex towards the center so that it touches the other two vertices. So all three vertices should be touching at one point. Okay? All right? It should be on your paper. All right?
Definitely messed this up.
And it made a straight line. Very good. Okay? Awesome. All right, you're doing good. Okay, just put the other one in there. There's your tape. Okay, yep. Well, but you got to make them fit. You got to, okay, there we go. All right, all three vertices. Perfect. All right, awesome. See, we all took, yep, okay, yep. All the vertices together. Where's your points? Where's your points? Okay, so is that your point?
Yeah.
Is it touching this point? Put it touching them. Touch the point to the point.
Okay.
So this is the point, this is the point. Okay? And then the point in here. Yep. Okay? And together they make a straight line. Three angles make a straight line. Oh, very good. Those are good chunks. Those are perfect. I might take a picture of that one. Okay? And together it made a straight line. So you just proved that theorem. Uh-oh. All right? Uh-oh. All right. Did it make a straight line? All right. There's your tape. Tape it down. All right?
I think I got messed up.
All right, let's see here. But you got to put your points together. Nope. This is, hold on. But this is your point here, right? All right, there we go. Okay, there, and then that point. There. Okay. Very good. All right, you got all 3 points together.